My name is Nathaniel.
And how old are you?
I am 4.
You are 4. Good job. Yeah, wave at him. Nathaniel was born with a congenital airway defect that is called subglottic stenosis in a laryngeal web. Basically, that means a narrowing of the airway at the subglottic level or just underneath the larynx, the voice box. The opening between his vocal cords at birth was approximately 1.6 millimeters in size.
That's like the size of a pinhead, right?
It's pretty little. He was approximately 6 months old at the time, and they were looking for families to be willing to be considered a long-term adoption placement for him. So they send you first initially a paragraph. He's called Baby S. And when we saw the information and saw the picture, Rich said, "Oh, let's put his picture on the refrigerator." I think my exact words were, "We're going to bring that baby home if we put his picture on the refrigerator."
My first impression was he wasn't able to be a baby. He was a patient, and it bothered me and it hurt me that he was in a bed, in a crib, and I wanted to hold him. You could see when he was happy, you could see when he was sad. I mean, he acts and responds to pain and joy and laughter and things exactly like any other child does. It's just audibly not there.
Yeah, I know. Oh man, that makes me mad. I really want to. I know.
So Nathaniel's first night of being placed with us through foster care, he, about 4 in the morning, developed a mucus plug in his tracheostomy tube. I looked at his pulse oximeter that he was connected to, and it was in the 70s and then fell into the 60s. And he had a dry, kind of raspy wheeze.
He was thrashing his arms, he was frantic. He knew that he wasn't right, and he needed help. He was just very, very desperate.
I had done one trach change on Nathaniel prior to that in a very controlled situation with 2 other people there who knew what to do. And so I struggled to get the new trach in, got it in on the 3rd or 4th attempt, and then Rich was again at my side and had an ambu bag and was bagging him and resuscitating him.
For me, I think when I first felt like he was mine was that first night when we had the airway emergency and life and death were right, before me, and you're holding him in your hands and life and death is right there. And that's when I felt like, I would grieve just as much for this child as I would any of my biological children.
The big bowl. Okay. That's how it is. Okay. We'll put it all in there. Oh, I like that. It's like
All children in foster care in the state of Missouri are covered through Medicaid, so he was covered by Medicaid before we got him. That continues after they're adopted.
Well, I'm still on edge about the possibility of changes through the Medicaid system. It's likely that Nathaniel becomes collateral damage. There's people that are going to suffer when policies are cut, and it's likely that he will be one that suffers.
Every day I wake up and I don't know if Nathaniel is going to be okay. I think the rewards of taking risks for the sake of love has really been the most valuable lesson to me.
I just want to go backpacking with him. I want to take him up a mountain and help him go through the Boy Scout program. Got 4 boys that have completed their Eagle Scout, and hopefully Nathaniel will be able to do that as well.
Goodbye.
Say night-night.
Do you want to tell him night-night?
No, you just gonna...
All done.
Yes. All done.